there are many arrangement tricks that the pros use to finish tracks faster. The first one is you just take your whole 8-bar loop. I've got this one here. This is from my Definitive Hard Bounce Pack. There's a link to a coupon code in the description. And what you're going to do is just take it and put it right at 65 bars, right? So that's basically going to be like your main first drop. And then you can duplicate that. You can cut the kick out in the last like bar or two there, and then there you go. You've already got a start to the arrangement. Now what you can do is you can make a break really easily by just taking this and pasting just your synths. And then we're going to put all of those into a group, or let's do just the synths in a group with a low pass filter, building them up. And this is going to be our break. Now we're going to add more, but for now, there we go. So once again, you can get this template in the Definitive Hard Bounce Pack. The link's at the top of the description, and I got a coupon code there. But there we go. So from there, you can then take just your drums and maybe like the vocal stab and make an intro. So we'll go there. We'll have it start with the kick and the hi-hat and clap and rave loop. I think that's a good start there. And then we'll have the bass line come in right there. And this is the thing, too, with arrangement. You know, people obsess over it, and they worry about, like, how to do it and what's going on. I mean, really, man, like, you need to just listen. Like, even listening here, you can just hear, okay, the bass line needs to come in there. Also, I realized that maybe we can just drag this back also. Like, that 65-bar drop one rule is not necessarily every time. Sometimes you're going to hear it, and you're going to realize your intro could be a little bit shorter, especially with these hard bounce tracks. And then we'll have this vocal stab filter in a little bit with the low pass filter. And of course you're gonna have more effects and stuff here, but this is like a good arrangement trick is just starting with your main stuff and arranging that, because like the build-up stuff, you know, all those effects are important, but it's not as much. Like, it needs to still work without that stuff too. And honestly, let's do this first part of the drop here with no percussion. I like those little things where the kick cuts out for a quarter note there and then a quarter note right at the start. Cool, and then here we're going to take our drums and our bass again, and we're just going to get rid of the vocal stab. And then we're also going to start filtering down the leads. Not all the way though. Because we want that to actually start going down in this break here. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to introduce something new. I have like these vocal loops. Let's use... Yeah, let's use that. And then we'll go ahead and just process this vocal a little bit real quick too. You know, pretty simple stuff. Just a high pass filter, sidechain it to the kick as well, and then make sure we get the filter on the sidechain. Again, this is really easy to do if you have a template like this, like these ones in the Definitive Hard Bounce pack, you know, where they're just already ready to go. And then we're going to duplicate these kick and bass and stuff here, as well as the vocal. And then what we'll do is we'll have the synth stab continue, but not the lead. And then also these will cut here. And let's do the vocal stab too. And what we can do with that vocal stab is just start bringing it back, like here. The low pass filter is your best friend with these kind of arrangements. And honestly, let's cut out the... Let's do another one of those where the kick just cuts out for that little... We can start bringing in the lead there. I think also this is a good time to do a ride cymbal. Like if we just grab maybe one of these from one of my packs. Let's use a loop for now since it'll just make things a bit quicker while we're trying to work quick here. Yeah, we'll turn that down a little bit. Right, it's all about just keeping stuff fresh. But as you can see, we already have a pretty full arrangement. Now, we can do probably one more little break here, where we'll have this stuff. We'll filter out the synths through the whole break. And also you can do a cool automation with the high pass filter on the vocal. And then here we can just get rid of the rest of the track with some drums and that vocal stab as well. And this is where the vocal stab will start to disappear. We'll take the ride for this part. We'll duplicate again the drums. And then we'll do one more where it's just like the kick and bass and the clap for the outro. Cool, so now we have a full arrangement. What we're missing though is some effects, some crash cymbals, you know, just different stuff to kind of keep the track moving. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to make a build snare with like a 909. I'm going to just grab a 909 snare from one of these. Let's get it from Definitive Hard Bounce. Alright, that one's good. And then in these build-ups, we're just going to do like this. Just straight 16th notes, and then you can just really easily take the volume and automate it up. Let's cut that for that last. Cool, that works really well. We're going to also copy that to this break, and we can have it do the same cutout, since basically in all of these, it can do that same thing. Where it kind of disappears right at the end there. Cool, now we need some crashes. So once again, let's check in here for a good crash. Alright, cool. So we're going to have the crash in the intro. You want it like less, right? Like just a bit like that. And then we'll take this one little clip here. and just do like this. We're going to bring the velocities down slightly as well. Then let's high pass that and add a little bit of reverb. So this is literally like how to go all the way from an 8-bar loop to like a finished arranged track. Like this is going to be pretty much done. Maybe you would add like a few more little elements here and there, but I'm pretty much trying to just show you everything you need to know. Then we can copy that over to here. We can also start copying this, but just like parts of it too, with the little fill, like maybe just that one on the quarter note there. And then with this crash, we can start doing like... and it's going to hit really hard there. So again, just using your ears and just trying to see what it needs. And then we'll keep copying this over through the drop here. We're going to take this clip as well where it has a little fill and put it here, like for just kind of... We'll do this here as well, but we'll take just these two. Again, so I'm doing this quick, but we're literally just trying to map out like a whole track here. And then once you're at this point, you can start to kind of copy it as well to some parts, since a lot of this is going to be kind of the same stuff, right? Cool. Now the last thing we need for the build-ups, just as far as making the simple arrangement goes, obviously you could use other stuff, but we just need a bit of a white noise filler. So what we're going to do here is we got white noise in operator. We're going to change it to a bandpass filter. We're going to also copy on the sidechain that I made up here. We're going to give it a bit of reverb before the sidechain and some high pass as well, so that it doesn't really mess up like the low end in the track. And then what we're going to do is just in all of these parts, we're going to have it kind of build up and down, starting right at the beginning of the break. Like I really wouldn't use this in the intro too much. So we're just going to make a long clip here, and then we're literally just going to start automating it to follow the break. Like, and let's even get rid of that. And then in the drop, we just want two of these, just like long clips like this, right? Very simple. We'll copy over the break one again. And you can see there's a bit of like a rhythm to this, to where like, okay, there's these two chunks, and then there's the break one, right? It's like, you know, these arrangements are not that complicated, but they just seem like it. And then we'll get rid of it for the outro here. And there you go. That is how you arrange a track from an 8-bar loop to a finished arranged track. You can use this in a lot of different genres. It's not just this hard bounce stuff, but I'm using that for this video. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. If you want to see more arrangement videos like this, definitely let me know. Like I said, you can get the template from this video in the Definitive Hard Bounce sample pack, which is at the top of the description on my website. And I've got a $20 off YouTube only coupon code that's limited time only. So use it while it lasts, guys. Don't miss out. Thanks for the support, everybody. Every bit helps. And I will see you tomorrow with another video.